Hello everyone, I'm Kako Chrissy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we will focus on the two marks on this small Hongshan Jade sun god. Two marks belong to this craftsmanship. It shows us how it was made. It's very, very important. If you wanted to identify a piece, you have to look deep into very tiny holes, lines, the bottom of lines, see the two marks left there. And this study was initially by a British museum, a research. I think her name is Margaret Sack. She did the research in microscope to see the two marks. And since then, in China, researchers follow the same path. Is very, very important because those counterfeit, those people, they left their two marks on their jade too. How we read the difference, how we identify a piece is genuine or not, read two marks is an essential part. So today we will talk about how to read Hongshan Jade. There's someone will call this orange skin. It's like a bumpy, yes, with many tiny holes on it. Dense, not really go through holes, it's dense. How we read this, because of the counterfeit, they make those pieces, they soak in jade by the chemicals, by acid, to eat in the stone. I doubt they really use jade because jade material is so hard to find these days and worth much more, even they don't do anything. So how they use acid to corrode their piece, make it look like new to fool people. To know this, we must to go back, we must put ourselves back 5,000 years ago, pretend we are the Hongshan people. We live 5,000 years ago, and ask ourselves what I can do to create the jade piece. So the Taiwan Museum, Palace Museum, they published a book, mostly studied by Deng Shuping. They really peel off the mystery, how the ancient time people make a jade. I suggest you to get that book as a must to have on your desk. If you can't find it easily, I take in a lot of their research into my Hongshan book. You can get it from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, whatever the place. So let's talk about this two mark. We were Hongshan people 5,000 years ago. We don't have any advanced tools. Only we have is bamboo strip, bamboo wood stick, sand, stone slab. We don't have any metal. So when we created jade, Hongshan people use sand and add water to grill it down, to massage the jade surface, to grill it, to shape into their shape they wanted. So because they use sand to grow in, you can't really control how big the sand will be. They are the uniform, all the same size. It's impossible to do it. So they grab a handful of sand to grab in, to massage the jade, to shake the jade into their piece, into their shape they want. So they left the tool mark of the sand grove. This is the reason you will see on many Hongshan Jade, they have this kind of tool mark. Is many tiny holes you will see. By the way, I couldn't touch those microscope onto my iPhone. They won't let me do it. So all I can do is here enlarge it and help you to see. You see how bumpy this skin is? You see how many tiny holes? All look different. That's a distinguished Hongshan Jade. Later on, they do polish very fine, very smooth. But if you touch, you want to touch like a baby butter smooth, probably you will touch a wrong thing. They are not evenly smooth, but they are smooth. Even this guy has this, you see the bumpy on there? You touch it, it's very smooth because the way they grow in, every time they grow in, they already polish it. That's, you will see all those Hongshan pieces, I would say, has this kind of feature. You see this one? See how many? See this surface? So how can we tell this was created by the sand polish or by the modern people use acid to eat in, get this damage? Okay, here is I enlarge a few pieces. You see here, this is the big sun god. That's his horn. You see this part? Let me enlarge. I took a few microscope view post online. I will attach on my video. This one, hope you can see. The bottom line is, because they use sand to grow away the jade surface, so on every tiny holes you see here, it will be easy to see. On every tiny holes, they are not identical because they can't control what the sand look like. So they grow in. Every tiny holes will have a different depths. You see, some is very shallow and some deeper, some of a longer shape, some tiny. And also you will see, you see on the edge, on each of the tiny holes on the edge, they are all rounded. If you see here, it's not rounded because it's too small. If you look under microscope, you will see all the edges, see here, are rounded in because they were created by the sand to grow in here. This is the surface. This is the rounded surface. You can't create it by chemicals. Chemicals eat in the material, they deter the material, make holes. But I believe, but I don't have those kind of a piece. If you have, please post a detailed view so we can compare them. Think about it logically. When you use a chemical to corrode the jade surface, they couldn't make this rounded edge all will be, and they also kind of created some deeper, some shallow, different shape. For me, every holes here is like a artwork is created by Hongshan people to grow the sand on their surface to shape it into shape. I kind of see by chemical how can you create all those all look different, all rounded edge, different depths, different shape. See, everyone's here, all around is smooth surface, smooth. This part is smooth. This the edge is smooth too. That's why even they have a bumpy, you run your finger, it's a smooth feeling. That's the one thing you need to look into it. You see the edge, you see the every shape is different. None of it identical. And also here, I want to show you, because when they make a counterfeit, they will put on mud on their pieces. They will splash over. But this piece, that's the huge sun god piece. If you look far away, you don't see much those splash. No, you don't see the splash. If you look carefully, they are not splash over. There's pieces, let's see here. They are not splash over. All those yellow spot, you look deeply, I posted it online, use the microscope view, you will see is those dirt got into those holes and they stay there for 5,000 years. So those are the things they grow onto each holes. Not every holes has, like I just showed you, some of it don't have, and some do. Even some of it has, they all look different. Some part they all covered, some part they only very deep and covered a little bit. Imagine you are a counterfeiter. Can you fill the holes with different amount of sand, some of a deeper, some a lighter? Everyone look different. That will take too much time to do, and for those millions of holes on it. That's why they splash all over. Because the acid corroded the surface, they already damaged, like a block. Not leave you this holes, and all look different. And then I suggest you look at them under microscope. On each hole, let's say here, can I see this? On any kind of hole you pick up, I just kind of find my place. Okay, on each hole you find out, you look at them under microscope, you will see a thin layer, shiny crystal on each of those yellow spot. On each of them part has those thin layer shiny crystal. That's a thin layer you can compare with here. This kind of a thin layer you see on this jade surface, you will see them on each of those yellow spots on the top. You will see it. If you are counterfeit, can you make this kind of a hole with a rounded edge? Not identical at all. Different ways, different depths, and put in sand, mud, let's grow it, let it stick there. And then on the top, put a thin layer shiny things on it to match all those surface. you think about it. Could you do it? How much that will cost you to make millions of holes and fill them by different ways? How much that will cost you to do? And how much those fake pieces they can sell it for? Can they make money for that? I think ancient jade is straightforward, not difficult at all. If you keep on asking questions, look at each pieces, you will find the truth quite quickly. By the way, for this little guy, we come back to this little guy. I skip this jade material and the stems today. You will study them on your own. The one thing I want to mention, when you look at the jade, you got to see the holes, how they make the holes. You look at this one, you see this rounded surface? That's the background in. And also I want to mention, I just find a piece of fabric inside this hole. That tells us, remember when I talk about those jade arm guard, they created 4 very tiny channel next to their holes. I think they already have a fabric, but we don't have a pool yet. But this little guy, it's nice for him to left us a piece of a fabric inside on the whole wall. Although it's a critical, it is crystallized, the whole thing. Of course, after 5,000 years, this won't surprise me. But it's very valuable to prove they have a fabric back 5,000 years ago. If they have a fabric, we already know, like this guy, they know this round fabric horizontally and vertically. Don't you think they already know how to weave the fabric into clothes? They wear fabric clothes instead of just tree leaf to cover themselves. Okay, I hope you like today's video. I hope it will be helpful for you to identify ancient Hongshan Jade. Just keep asking questions, keep on thinking, and keep on learning, and apply what you have for the knowledge. But apply the knowledge to put, I suggest you to write it down about your piece. When you try to write it down, what do you think is good, why you think is good, and what do you think this part you have a doubt about it, write it down. You ask a question to yourself, you ask a question to the jade you have. Very soon you will get it. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you next time.